Saturn retrograde and what you should know right now. So Saturn as a planet is the sixth planet from the sun and the second largest planet in our solar system. So a spacecraft cannot land on Saturn because it's mostly gases and liquid, and there's little to no oxygen. So there's no human life on Saturn. Now in astrology, Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and people whose birthday falls under December 22nd and January 20th. Now, Saturn as a planet is the planet of karma. And it does not make things easy because it is our strict teacher. So it represents the fatherly figure that brings about rules, regulations, restrictions, structures, obligations, ambition, and some discipline. So a retrograde flow is directed or moving in a backwards motion, meaning during a retrograde period, there's obstacles, illusions. There's also interference in communication. There's disruption when it comes to having the ability to put a damper on someone else's mood, okay? Now, Saturn in retrograde, it gives a double dose of karma. So for those who have put in bad karma, and now is a time where you will experience a do-over, meaning those same scenarios will repeat itself with different people or the same people, but it's mostly what you need to know. And so that is going to play its part again. It's going to come, it's going to challenge you and to see if you're going to do things differently. For those who have put in good karma, then now you will gain and get your reward. That's what this period of time is. Also, this time period is teaching us to get out of our ego. So you're going to see an increase in car crashes. You're going to see an increase in heinous things because it's making people to see themselves in a naked form. And it's really like pushing structure, routine, discipline, like that father figure that makes you get up and do things that you're supposed to do. That is the time that we're in. So it's going to be really important to be mindful. It's going to be really important to journal. It's going to be really important to pray and meditate and keep yourself around people who do not trigger the negative aspects of you. It's also going to be a time where you have to go in and really focus. So you may have to just not communicate with some people for a while, and it's okay. This retrograde is going to be until October. So as the months go by, the energy is going to become more and more intense. So it's going to be important to just understand that as well. Okay? So be good to yourselves and be good to others. This is a time of clearing. The time of waiting and confusion will soon be over, and that's the retrograde energy moving backwards. It's okay right now. We're clearing out the energies of repeating negative cycles that does not serve us. So that's what Saturn is doing for us. This is also a time of understanding knowledge, gaining knowledge. And it says, start to apply what you already know and trust your intuition. And that's when we talk about the routine and the structure of things. Also communicating, how we communicate, who we communicate with. Also just having that connection to God is really important at this time. Conflict resolution. Things are clearing out. The conflictions that we have within ourselves is clearing out, and it's saying you are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict if it does not serve you. If it's a repeating cycle that does not serve you in its highest form, it is time to now get out of that, understand where your triggers are, and do things differently before, because we always have a chance to do over. Every day that we, are alive, we have a chance to make it right. And so this is what Saturn retrograde, it actually pushes us to face things. So retrograde can be a really conflicting time for everyone, but it's also a very helpful time as well, because when things move slower, things move backwards, or communication is stagnant, you're able to just be in that moment and to realize, you're able to sit with those triggers, you're able to come to realizations, how not to take things personally. Okay. Seeing beyond what, like it would say, walk by faith and not by sight. And so using your intuition, so it's saying your intuition and your psychic abilities are strong at this point. This is also a time where we're able to really go within in the meditation and the prayer, and we're able to pick up and use our sixth sense to decipher if we should move in this way or we should move in this way. So it's really a time where we use our intuition as well. So, for example, there's a lot of increased car crashes right now. A lot of aggressive behaviors that you would notice on the road, like me first attitude, which is the ego. And so if something is telling you, hey, do not go right now, do not drive right now is not the time to go here, now is not the time to meet with these people here, then listening to that inner voice is going to save you, okay? Or save someone else. We have self-worth. This is a time where we actually see ourselves for who we are. If there's any issues with self-worth and self-esteem, now is the time to address it. And what I really love about retrograde is there is no escaping reality. You have to sit and face aspects of yourself that you normally can just sweep under the rug. During retrograde times, there's no sweeping anything under the rug. And so it's saying you are currently undervaluing yourself, and it is time to regain your self-worth. And that's what this retrograde season is doing for us. And your sacred power. So you are being encouraged to take a leading role in the current situation. Okay, and the universe here. And so it's saying you are being encouraged to expand your thinking. And so that's what Saturn helps us to do. Saturn helps us to expand our thinking in the area of understanding our sacred power, getting in tune with our self-worth and self-esteem, helping us to understand what our psychic abilities or our sixth sense gifts are, our intuition, and to be able to trust that whatever we are having conflicts with, whether that's internally or with others, now is the time where we are being encouraged to clear this energy out. There's a lot of knowledge there's a lot of hidden knowledge, a lot of biblical knowledge right now that is being present. And so it's going to be important to read your Bible. It's going to be important to ground yourself and read materials that actually aid in understanding like who you really are. And it tells you about these times. And if you are interested in learning more about the aspects of the planets and how they affect us, now is the time to really do that. And this, most importantly, is a time of clearing out. It is a time of karma. It is a time of, if you do not have a set structure or routine or things that put your life in alignment with your goals, now is the time where we are all experiencing that aspect of ourselves. And it's very beneficial for us, although it can be very aggressive towards our ego. It makes us face ourselves, our issues with ego and ego and control. Let's see what else. Vision, understanding why you're doing what you're doing. What direction are you going into? Why do you want the things that you want? Perspective, harmony, and we have power at the bottom of the deck. So during this time, we're really able to hone in and see our vision for ourselves, our vision for what we want our legacy to look like. Now is the time for that. Summer is a very pivotal moment where things are becoming really, really intense in energies, and it's all in the planets as we talk about. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is a very productive time to align yourself before the day gets started, before you start to join the rat race of everything. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is a very pivotal time to ground yourself, and also just understanding the balance between your masculine and feminine energies. The balance between your light and dark sides is really bringing that harmonious energy in, and music can help us with that. Also, what I see in here is also frequencies. There's frequencies that help us to purge our energetic vibrations. 174 hertz is really, really good. Okay, 528 hertz is really, really good during this time as well. And just know that things are changing day by day. Things are changing at the speed of lightning. Things are changing in 24 hours. Also, karma is coming in 24 hours, whether that's good karma, whether that's bad karma, self-realization, or rewards. It's coming fast and it's coming quick. Okay. Not everyone is on the same schedule when it comes to that, right? You cannot compare your timeline to anyone else's timeline, so keep that in mind as well. And it's going to be important to go into your sanctuary. It's going to be important to spend time alone at this time, because when you spend time alone, you're able to really understand who you are outside of others, outside of energetic interference, outside of opinions, just outside of others. You're able to see who you are and what you stand for and what you need to do for yourself. Okay. Now we have 222 at the bottom of the deck. This is being vulnerable, because when you have to see and sit with yourself, it's a very vulnerable time for you. But it's also a very rewarding time for you as well, because when you get the chance to see you in your naked form and you become visible to yourself, that is really powerful. And we just split the deck, and we have solitude. We have vulnerability, and this is going to be really important. So now is the time for people to just kind of be on their own, okay, until it's time. And we have here, we just have the wee hours of the night, the 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. We have 4 a.m. here, okay. So this is going to be really interesting, and when we see ourselves and we're not in alignment, it makes us uncomfortable. This is the period of time where we become really uncomfortable. Uncomfortable to the point that we become comfortable. Okay? So, putting in the work. There's a quote that says, either you're going to, pretty much what I'm saying is either you're going to have pressure for not having a routine, or you're going to face the consequences of having a routine like that. Saying trust your instincts, see beyond the current situation, drop your shields, love, and let yourself be loved. Be fearless and strong during this time. Spending time in nature, Animals. Animals are our messengers. Animals give unconditional love. Animals speak to us. They talk to us. Animals give the highest form of love, the purest form of love. When we close our eyes and we cannot see, we have to trust. We have to feel. We have to use our senses to be able to decipher what's around us, the shape of things. If that is what we need to touch, what can we taste, see, smell? When we close our eyes, we are faced and forced to be able to feel the world around us. That is what this time is doing for us. Knowing that we are protected. Knowing that we are connected. Allowing ourselves to love and be loved, and to loving ourselves is the highest form of gratitude. It's the highest form of love when it's from self and it's so pure. So if this is a time where you don't love yourself, or you have issues with love, self-love, self-esteem, the way that you view yourself, now is the time where it's clearing out. Use this moment to get into the place that you always wanted to be. It's uncomfortable, yes. But it's either uncomfortable leading you to a place where you want to be, or you can be uncomfortable leading you to a place where you don't want to be. And you have to choose. You have to choose. Now is the time to choose. And when the planets shift, there is no choice. The planets are going to shift. We have to move in accordance with that. Either you're going to go kicking and screaming, or you're just going to say, okay, you know what? I know what I need to do, and I am going to do it. So I encourage you guys to just be good to yourselves. Listen to your intuition. If something tells you something is not the right timing, the time is not now. The time is now. It's 1:11 on the clock. It's really a magical time right now, you guys. And it would do us more good than harm if we fall in line with the strict teacher and the strict energy of Saturn to create that routine. Okay? If you are in a situation right now where communication is not prominent, it's okay. Focus on yourself. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing. Focus on you. Okay? Because that's what's going to help you to get past this. That's what's going to help you to get through this. More realization, more understanding, more understanding. Wishing you light and love always. And I'll see you guys next time.